Good morning. Thank you all for having me. I'm going to dive into the implications of these Iran-sponsored Houthi attacks in the Red Sea on the global maritime trade and security. So, the Iran-sponsored maritime attacks by Houthi rebels in the Red Sea have not only heightened regional tensions, but also triggered profound ramifications across the global maritime industry and economy. The Red Sea is a critical maritime route connecting the Mediterranean Sea to the Indian Ocean via the Suez Canal, and it plays a pivotal role in global trade and energy supply. Its strategic significance is underscored by the vast volume of oil shipments it facilitates, along with its economic, political, and ecological importance to the bordering nations and the wider world. Iran's provision of advanced weaponry to the Houthi rebels has significantly escalated the conflict in the Red Sea region, intensifying attacks on critical maritime routes and exacerbating regional and global tensions. These incidents have led to the rerouting of key shipping lanes, escalated shipping costs, and increased operational challenges, further straining international supply chains and highlighting the fragility and critical global trade routes. In response to the escalating security threats in the Red Sea, the global shipping industry has been forced to adapt significantly, with the most notable measure being the rerouting of vessels to circumvent high-risk areas. This strategic shift has led to extended transit times, with voyages now taking an additional 7 to 10 days on average. This increase in travel time has a direct impact on the efficiency and reliability of global supply chains, which are often finely tuned with a just-in-time delivery model. The repercussions of these longer transit times are far-reaching. They've led to substantial surge in operational costs, estimated to be around 20% to 30% higher than usual. And this increase is largely attributed to the additional fuel consumption and manpower required for extended voyages, as well as augmented security measures put in place to safeguard these vessels. The disruption to shipping routes and the resultant delays in delivery schedules have had a cascading effect on global supply chains. Businesses, especially those reliant on the timely delivery of raw materials and finished goods, are facing challenges in managing their inventories. This situation can lead to stock shortages or surpluses, depending on the nature of the goods and their demand cycles. Furthermore, shipping companies are facing a dramatic rise in insurance premiums, exerting considerable financial strain on these businesses. The heightened risk associated with traversing or circumventing the Red Sea region has led insurers to increase cargo insurance rates significantly, with some reports suggesting increases from 0.6% to as high as 2% of the cargo value. This additional financial burden is then passed on to consumers, leading to an overall increase in the cost of goods. Due to the rerouting of the vessels, we're also seeing a marked reduction in traffic through the Suez Canal, significantly impacting Egypt's economy. This waterway is a vital source of revenue for Egypt. This decline has resulted in substantial drop in canal revenues, reportedly by around 40% compared to previous years, which poses serious financial challenges. The ripple effects of this downturn extend beyond the canal's earnings, impacting Egypt's foreign currency reserves and overall economic health. The reduced canal activity also affects local employment and businesses dependent on the canal, including those in logistics, maintenance, and support services. This downturn places additional strain on Egypt's national budget, as the Suez Canal is a significant contributor to it. If this trend continues, the long-term economic implications could further jeopardize Egypt's economic growth and its pivotal role in international maritime trade, underscoring the gravity of the situation. But as we know, Egypt's not the only country impacted. The global market is experiencing volatility and inflationary pressures due to these disruptions. The increase in shipping costs has been a significant factor in driving up the prices of goods and commodities worldwide. This inflationary trend is impacting consumer prices and, by extension, the global economy. In response to these challenges, companies are now reassessing their supply chain strategies. There's a growing trend towards diversifying trade routes and logistic plans to mitigate the risks. Some businesses are exploring alternative maritime routes, while others are considering different modes of transportation, such as air or rail, where feasible. This strategic reevaluation is aimed at enhancing supply chain resilience in the face of geopolitical uncertainties and ensuring the uninterrupted flow of goods in the global market. Additionally, in response to the increased maritime threats, particularly in the Red Sea, the global shipping industry and international bodies have implemented a series of robust security measures. These include enhanced naval patrols by various countries to deter and respond to the threats, the hiring of private maritime security contractors equipped with anti-piracy tactics, and the integration of advanced surveillance and tracking systems for proactive threat monitoring. Strategic convoy systems have been established for safer passage, accompanied by adaptive routing protocols to avoid high-risk zones. Additionally, there's an emphasis on regular threat assessments, intelligence sharing, and crew training and crisis response, all coordinated with the guidance of international organizations like the International Maritime Organization, the IMO. The collective efforts aim to fortify the safety and continuity of global maritime trade despite the prevailing security challenges. While these measures have improved maritime safety, they've also contributed to a 10% to 15% increase in operational costs for shipping companies. To wrap things up, the instability of the Red Sea has sparked increased diplomatic dialogue and alliances as countries seek to secure their economic interests. For example, the United States assembled a multinational naval coalition to help safeguard commercial traffic from the attacks by Yemen's Houthis. Last month, the U.S. confirmed more than 20 countries had agreed to participate in the group known as Operation Prosperity Guardian. And overall, the ongoing conflict raises concerns about the long-term viability of these trade routes. Diversification of trade routes and increased international collaboration are recommended to mitigate the risks and ensure stability in the global maritime trade. And the widespread impact of these attacks underscores the necessity for both robust international maritime security measures and strategic revaluation of these strategies. Proactive and vigilant international efforts are essential in safeguarding global economic stability during these times. Thanks so much for your time, and I'll take any questions anybody has.